it can be one of only two things. Either Jacob is deliberately lying to the people of the United Kingdom, or he hasn't got a clue what he's talking about. You started a really good line of questioning. You were talking about dairy farmers and exports and how other countries will apply tariffs to everything that the UK exports out of the country. Jacob answered it by saying, we can just open up the United Kingdom to exporters from everywhere else in the world by having almost zero tariffs on our imports. He even wrote the same sort of thing in his letter to Lord Andrew Adonis just last week. Even his fan club, the Economists for Free Trade, whose booklet he waves around, even they say that if we have zero tariffs like he's suggesting, it will virtually devastate UK manufacturing and UK farming.
Let him come back in, Jason. Let him come back in on that. Go on.
Well, what I was saying as an immediate step is that you lift all tariffs, and I said this in the answer to you, on goods that we don't actually produce in this country. That has no effect on our manufacturing or our agriculture.
I was getting a bit obsessed with dairy because I looked at the list. So that's what our caller's saying, aren't you, Jason? The dairy thing is worrying you.
It's not just dairy. There's 3.5 million people work in the UK agri-food sector. A lot of that is imported, a lot of it's exported. But 3.5 million people, there's 15,000 people work in agri-food just in Jacob's own constituency. If we are unable to export competitively, say we export, a litre of yoghurt today, and it costs £1 or €1 if we ship it into the EU, if they apply a 35% tariff to that, that makes that same product £1.35. What the EU can do within the 27 nations of the single market is just buy it somewhere else. Say we've got a UK manufacturer, 2.6 million people work in UK manufacturing and exporting part-finished products, intermediate products all around the world. You know, our customers in Mexico, Japan, we don't just leave the EU, we leave 60 other trade agreements when we leave the European Union. They're not rolling over. None of them have said they're going to roll over.
All right.
Liam Fox is as bad as Jacob is.
You've made your point brilliantly, Jason.
There's strong demand to roll over the trade deals. That's simply not right.
Strong demand?
Strong demand. That countries want better trade deals with us. The South Koreans have already made this extremely clear. They want not only to roll over what's already there, they want something better and more comprehensive. So
we just cut and paste the existing trade deals?
Well, we're joint signatories to them because most of them are under a joint competence of the member states and the European Union. And therefore we are parties to these contracts individually as well as part of the European Union. So that's important to bear in mind.
Kevin looks increasingly exasperated.
Yeah, so you're going to buy a photocopier to copy all those trade deals struck by a European Union you don't like.
No, the European Union's been very inefficient at doing trade deals.
We're in a huge, successful free trade area now with 27 neighbouring countries. And if you're going to go on to the WTO, you're going to get very angry when you find out it's what you would call an unelected international body that's infringing British sovereignty because you've got to follow its rules, but you don't elect it.
Well, I think there are two counts on which I disagree with that. First of all, the European Union is not a free trade operation. It is a protectionist operation.
We trade within
must take another call.
High external barriers, and the WTO does not apply its rules in the same way as
We've got loads of people who want to speak to you, Jacob.